All right, are we live now? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Are we live? All right, looks like we're live. Sorry about that, everyone. All right, got that. Morning, CC. Morning, everyone. This is Pensy Plains. My name is Scott. Sorry we got started a little late here. As usual, things didn't go according to plan. So I went up to the airport. I was going to film from the parking garage today, and the parking garage was full. So I came up here to Sunset Golf Course. We just saw FedEx land. Unfortunately, I missed one little thing, so I wasn't live in time for that, but you should be able to go back and see it just a few minutes ago. FedEx A300 from Stewart Airport in New York. You're seeing a live shot of Harrisburg International Airport. It looks like there's a departure going out to Charlotte here soon. Oh, we got one coming in. Hold on. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Had a little tripod malfunction here. I'll see what that is in a minute. So we watch it land on runway 31. So as I was saying, we had a FedEx A300 came in here maybe 10 minutes ago or something, which I got on camera, but for whatever reason I wasn't live yet. But if you go back, if you want to rewind a little bit, you'll be able to see it. I think. If not, maybe I'll repost it. All right. Pardon me here, I gotta make an adjustment. So here's the deal. They closed the top floor of the parking garage during the winter, which I just found out a while back when I tried to go up there. And so what I was doing, what I did last time, is parking on the third floor, and I put all my equipment in my wagon and roll it up to the fourth floor. But when I got there today, the garage was full, completely full. So probably partly because the fourth floor is closed. And so I had to come over here to Sunset Golf Course, which is like 10 minutes away. And it's a great view up here. Just won't have as good a view of departures because they're taking off away from us. So thanks everyone who joined us today. If you're out there, well, first of all, I'd like to say that I appreciate all of our subscribers, and I appreciate everyone who joins us on these streams. Warm winds? No, I'm not indoors. It's quite chilly out here. It's supposed to warm up though. So, are you not seeing the airport? Can you guys see the airport? There it is. All right. I guess I had it tilted up a little bit. So there's the airport. We'll give you a little lay of the land here in a minute. But like I said, I appreciate everyone out there joining us, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you get a chance. I really appreciate that. I'm going to check out Flight Radar first. It looks like we have a couple departures ready to go out. We have, so that, I think that one that just came in was, says American Eagle, but that looks like United to me. It came in from Chicago. Just looking to see if we have anything else coming in here soon. Okay, it looks like we have a small plane coming in here in a minute. Piper Archer. Make sure we get that. And I believe we have the two arrivals going out soon. There's the one that just came in. Sorry, I'm just still fumbling with my equipment here, trying to make sure everything's running. Hopefully the video looks okay. Hopefully you can hear me. There shouldn't be any noise out here. There's hardly any wind, and the only thing you're going to hear is that planes when they're flying over us to land. So you see the United Express flight from Chicago O'Hare. Just pulled into the terminal there. Let's see where this Piper is. It's probably about a minute out. Hopefully my tripod's going to work all right here. And I had some issues when we were in Baltimore with the cold. But so there should be an arrival coming in right over there. Got a little bit of sun here that makes it hard for me to see sometimes. It's mostly cloudy though. When we get a chance, once this lands, I'll show you the view up here. It's a great view. It looks really nice right now with snow, and we have ice on the river, so you'll have some really cool scenery to look at in between planes. All right, let's see, we have Allegiant. Allegiant's about 4 minutes out, A319 from Orlando Sanford. Yeah, CC, that's the other thing. Unfortunately, the live ATC feed for Harrisburg's not working, so we won't have that. I'll check it a little later, see if it comes back, but as of right now, we're not going to have ATC. So things aren't exactly working out the way I had hoped this morning, but again, We're at Harrisburg. We get a lot of surprises here. So the last time I went up to the garage and it was closed, I decided to go home, and a 747 flew in here not too long after that. So you just never know. The last time we were live up here, we saw the Antonov come in, and then we had two KC-135 strato tankers doing touch and goes. We had two P8 Poseidons doing touch and goes, and we saw the three C-130s from the Pennsylvania Air National Guard take off. We should be seeing this Piper any second. But in the meantime, we've got that one headed out to the runway. It's gonna have to wait, I think. But, maybe not. Looks like he's going out. So that's American Eagle. To I think that's the one to Philadelphia. Yes. And that one's taken off on runway 31. They're headed to the west. They're going to make a big right turn around to the east and fall into the queue of planes landing in Philadelphia, which they, for the most part, they fly right over the airport. They're up around 20,000 feet, but we won't see them today with these clouds. So there goes American Eagle off to Philadelphia. And we got this Piper Archer, I believe it was. It should be coming in behind me any second. I don't know if you can hear that. I can't see it now, but we got this one coming in. There's our Piper Archer. Sorry about that. There we go. Sorry, I lost sight of it. It's right out there somewhere. There it is. Hopefully you see it up there in the right hand corner. We should have another departure going on here shortly too. He just did a touch and go. There he goes off to the west again. Sorry, I had to adjust my tripod there. Hopefully it's going to warm up here in a little bit. I won't have any issues. I don't know if that's the cold again or I did something else wrong. We should have Allegiant coming in here shortly. Let's see where that at. Okay. Allegiant should be coming in behind us here in a second. Alright, this should be the Allegiant A319 coming in from Orlando, Sanford. And that one will be headed out again in like an hour from now. That one's easier to see. So I'll make sure I post a separate video later of FedEx landing. It's a little while ago. I got it on camera, but I wasn't streaming at the time for some reason. So we're like probably about a mile southeast of the airport. We were just east of the airport, up on a hill. Like I said, it's a great view, especially for arrivals. So we'll watch Allegiant taxi over to the terminal, and we'll do I'll show you the landscape here. So again, we're at Harrisburg International Airport. Airport code is MDT. We're actually in Middletown, Pennsylvania, a couple miles southeast of Harrisburg, the state capital. You see behind the airport there, the Pennsylvania Turnpike Bridge over the Susquehanna River. And as soon as Allegiant gets over to the terminal, then I'm going to show you what the river looks like. So there's one runway here. Today we're using runway 31. They're landing from east to west and taking off from east to west. If the wind was blowing the other way, it would be same runway, but it would be runway 13. So we have, as you can see, Allegiant flies in here. Frontier still flies in here, but I believe they're discontinuing service soon, like in May, I think. And we also have American, United, and Delta. They have UPS and FedEx both have a facility here. And quite a bit of general aviation traffic. So I believe by the number of arrivals and departures, this is the 5th busiest airport in Pennsylvania, but as far as the number of passengers, I believe it's number 3 behind Philly and Pittsburgh. They also have the Air National Guard base here, which we'll see when we get over closer to the terminal. There they have 4 C-130s parked down here. I guess they're all here. I think I could see 3 of them. So there's a decent chance we might see them go out sometime while we're here. So I'm probably going to be here for another 2 hours or so. We'll see how things go. Like I said, we get a lot of surprises here. Every once in a while, there's an Atlas 747 that they use for pilot training for Air Force One that comes in here sometimes to do touch and goes. The one time I was here, like I said, the parking garage was closed. I went home and I believe it was a Kalita 747 that came in. Was here for most of the day. So something like that we probably won't see on the arrival list, but and then like I said, the last time we went live here from the parking garage, we saw the Antonov fly in, and we had 2 KC-135 Stratotankers and 2 P-8 Poseidons doing touch and goes, and then we saw 3 of the C-130s go out. So we watched Allegiant taxi to the terminal, the A319 from Orlando Sanford. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. This is Fancy Planes. My name is Scott. I appreciate if you could give us a like and a subscribe. And again, we appreciate all of our subscribers. As you probably know, we did a live show at Washington National Airport last week. Got over 100 new subscribers, which was really cool. Had it up to, I believe it was 182 people watching at one time, which is a record for the channel, and I really appreciate that. So we're not going to be as busy today. This is really the only place I could go today because we just got a bunch of snow in the area. Not so much here. Most of the snow here is already melted, but they got, I believe, over a foot of snow in Philly. So the 2 places that I film in Philly are both covered with snow right now. And the one I have to hike to a little bit, so. And they also had snow in Baltimore and Washington. Plus, I have something I have to do tonight, so I couldn't drive down there today. And it looks like this is going to be the only decent weather day this week. It's warmed up a little bit. So let me check in on the chat here quick. Check flight radar. Again, ATC, the live ATC feed for Harrisburg is not working today. I'll check it again, but we're probably not going to have that today. I don't see anything else coming in right now. We've got Delta connection flight to Detroit lit up on radar, so we'll watch for that one to go out. Cece, thank you for that. I added the little banner there for Harrisburg. And that logo was actually created by a friend of mine. Her name is Julia, so I'd like to thank Julia for that. I don't know if she's out there watching. I think she might be working today, but yeah, she was playing around and sent that to me. I thought it looked really cool, so we're going to try that out. So no, I'm not indoors. I'm outdoors, and looks like the temperature is at 38 degrees, but the wind chill's a little cooler. I don't really feel any wind, but I think the wind chill's down close at a 30. Look and make sure we don't have that Delta going out yet. Alright, so you see the airport over there. Over here on the right are the FedEx and UPS terminals. There's the Air National Guard facility and C-130s. I only see 3, but I think the other one parked over there where we can't see it. That might be it right there. So let's hope that we get to see them go out today. There's the terminal. Over on the right side is American Airlines terminal. You see the Allegiant plane we just saw come in, parked over there. And then over on this end is Delta and United. Okay, so there's Delta pushing back to head out to Detroit, CRJ 900. So I'm still making some adjustments with my tripod here. So I'll just stay on Delta until they go out. Well, we'll give you a little. So over there is the parking garage that I normally stream from. Like I said, the 4th floor is closed, but I just dragged my equipment up there in the wagon. There's a control tower, all the general aviation aircraft park over that end of the airport. So when the Antonov came in here, it was parked over there right behind where Delta is. So we'll do a little pan of the river here quick while they're parked there. So that's actually Spadera Creek right there, and it flows out into the Susquehanna River, which is over there. Back there is the aforementioned Pennsylvania Turnpike Bridge, and you see a lot of ice up there. I think there's a dam up behind that. You see a lot of ice up in there. The river was almost completely covered with ice up until recently. It's starting to break down and move as we get some warmer weather, but there you see the ice out on the river. And that's the Susquehanna River, which it's very wide here. The Susquehanna starts up in New York State near Cooperstown, if you know where that is, if you're a baseball fan, and it flows all the way down through New York and Pennsylvania down here, and then ends up dumping into the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland. But that is the Susquehanna River, and that part of it's still covered with ice. And that is not solid ice that you can go out and walk on like a pond. That would be a very bad idea to go walking out on that ice, because it's not that thick and there are holes in it, and that's moving water underneath. And over there behind the trees, since there are no leaves on the trees, are the cooling towers for the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant, which is currently not in operation. Of course, the one reactor, you know about the accident back in 1979, which was exciting for those of us who lived here. All right, here comes Delta out to the runway. But they actually shut down the other reactor. The company that owned it shut it down a couple years ago, and now supposedly somebody else has bought it and they're planning to start it back up. But I don't believe that's happened yet. So there's a Delta CRJ 900 heading out to take off on runway 31. See, looks like some kind of bird just flew in front of us. Actually, not just some kind of bird, I don't think. That, I think, is a bald eagle. Anybody got a good look at that? I see white on the head and white on the tail. It's very large. Alright, behind the trees, let's go back to Delta. We'll keep an eye out for that to come back though. So, when we were filming in Philadelphia at Fort Mifflin, we saw a couple bald eagles down there. Looks like we just saw one here. If anybody out there got a good look at it, can you confirm that? All right. That Delta's doing a turn and burn off to Detroit. And there they go, headed off to the west. It's mostly cloudy here today. There's a little bit of sun. We'll see how far we can follow that out. It's going away from us, so it'll probably disappear pretty quickly. All right. Got some vultures flying around here. It's definitely not a bald eagle. There's one of them. On a nice summer day, we'd probably do some boat spotting out there on the river, but I don't think anybody's going to be out there today. And this is not a navigable river. It's, there a second. So there's no channel here for big ships or anything. There are a bunch of dams on the river, so nothing would be able to get up past the Conowingo Dam in Maryland. But a lot of the locals go fishing out on the river. So you see a lot of little fishing boats, pontoon boats, jet skis, etc. When it's nice. So we'll just track the vulture here until something else happens. And we'll keep an eye out for that eagle. So we'll zoom out here a little bit so you can get the whole view. And see what else is coming in. Some other aircraft around us. Like I said, we're under the flight path for arrivals into Philadelphia from the west. Let's see, there's an American Eagle plane just to the east of us. We're not going to see them today with the clouds. And I apologize again that ATC feed's not working today. I'll check that out quick. Make sure it's still not working. So that would just be the website, liveatc.net, is where I get my feed from. And whoever provides the feed from Harrisburg, for whatever reason, it's not working today. And it looks like it's still not working. And none of the feeds for Harrisburg are working. Let's see when our next departure might be. All right, so we have American Eagle 4781 scheduled to go out at 10:39 to Chicago, and United Express scheduled to go out at 10:52 to Dulles, and then Allegiant's supposed to be going back out to Orlando, Sanford at 11:09. Next arrival looks like it's scheduled for 11:06 from Atlanta. Delta 737-800. We've got two 737s coming in here this morning, and then an E175. And we have the Allegiant A319 is going to be going out. Also, a Delta flight to Atlanta around noon in a 737. Hopefully, we'll get some other surprises in here. Probably about 50-50 whether we get like military aircraft coming in here on any given day. I don't see any in the area right now. They usually come up from either Dover Air Force Base or Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland. Sometimes they'll come in from Pittsburgh. Jose Jr. 1283, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. If you're still in the chat. CC, I do think that was a bald eagle. Very bright head and bright white tail. I'd like to say thanks again to CC for being our moderator. Got a little bit of a lull here until the next flight. And we should be getting a few in a short period of time. So we just hope for some other surprise. I think I see something moving down there. Yeah, maybe not. Camacho C-130s. See if anything pushes back from the terminal. So it's a little chilly out here today. It's supposed to be getting warmer. Just for today, though. I think it's going to cool off again tomorrow. So, again, this is Fancy Planes. My name is Scott. Appreciate everyone who's with us today. I know this isn't DCA. We don't have the amount of traffic here, but like I said, we did get some good surprises here. Last time we saw the Antonov land, which was completely unexpected for me anyway. This is a beautiful view from up here, CC, and it's a great view of the aircraft that are landing. Not so much departing, they're pretty far away, but on a clear day, you can see them go out pretty far. But thank you everyone who has liked and subscribed. I'd appreciate if you haven't done that already, if you could do that. It's probably the only stream we're going to get in this week. I'm hoping next week's going to be a little warmer and the snow will be melted and we can do some other things. So looking at the forecast, it's supposed to be warming up on Saturday. It does look like we're, I'll see some rain and snow in the forecast for next week, even though it's going to be a little warmer in the 40s. Hopefully that'll change. You get at least one day next week to get a good stream in. Excuse me. But hey, how many other airport streams will give you a bald eagle, right? He's still hanging around here somewhere. It's probably down there along the river doing some fishing. Thanks for everyone who's sticking with us. I know it's a little slow, but it's going to pick up some. Sorry I couldn't have the ATC for you. So there's another airport. You can't see it from here, but it's over at the west end of that Turnpike Bridge behind that hill. That's Capital City Airport. Airport code is HAR. There's actually a plane, looks like doing touch and goes there, but I haven't been able to see it. So it must be behind that hill. I don't think it's high enough to be up in the clouds. So, while we have some time, we might as well take a tour of the river again. So again, we're at Sunset Golf Course, and I appreciate the staff at Sunset Golf Course allowing us to film from up here. Nobody's golfing today. See, a lot of it's covered with snow. It's not much snow, but probably make it hard to find your ball. So the airport's over there. See some businesses behind it. There's a Wawa and a Sheetz and a McDonald's back there somewhere. A couple hotels. See the FedEx tails. There's McDonald's way out there in the middle. There was a UPS plane out there when I went by. I don't see it right now. Oh, there it is. There, right there. Behind the Air National Guard facility. Again, there are the 3 C-130s. I believe there are 4 of them. The other one might be over there, like partially behind the building. C-130s. We see Allegiant parked at the terminal there in the middle. American Airlines has that, and I don't see anything over there. You see Delta and United there at the left side. Another hotel. The parking garage is right there behind the terminal where I usually film. I don't even see any private aircraft sitting out there. There's always a couple jets sitting there. So maybe we'll have some coming in, like out where I think that's a police vehicle out there in the middle. There's usually a couple small jets or private planes sitting there. You got a water tower and the control tower, which we can't listen to today. Big hangar. Looks like airport ops is checking the runway or checking the taxiway, I guess. I hear what sounds like a helicopter. We do get helicopters coming in here once in a while. They come in here to refuel or whatever. I don't see any helicopters on flight radar. Close enough to hear anyway. Maybe something started up down there in the airport. I don't know. I don't know what that is in the distance there. It looks like a plane sitting back there. But so there's airport ops. Right in the middle of your screen. By the way, CC mentioned it earlier. I'm trying out a new logo there up in the upper right hand corner. So let me know what you think of that. It was actually designed by a friend of mine. And I put the banner up there on the upper left, which we haven't had before. So I've been messing around with a couple different things here since we've had a lot of downtime with the weather. Alright, so that's runway 31. Today it's runway 31. Taking off and landing from east to west. It's the Pennsylvania Turnpike Bridge at Interstate 76 over the Susquehanna River. You see all the ice behind there, and Harrisburg is up in that area. We got some hills in between us, so you can't really see it. There's the river. Hopefully you don't get tired of looking at the scenery. It's a really nice view up here. I'll just pan the river again. This is actually down in front of us. This is the driving range for the golf course, which is not in use today. And check out the ice on the river. And if you were here a little while ago, we saw what we think is a bald eagle flying around down there. We saw some vultures flying around. Got a little bit of a breeze now. Alright, that over there looks like a ski slope. I think that is Ski Round Top, which is over in York County, between Harrisburg and York. I've never noticed that before, but I was probably not here when there was snow on the ground. There's the rest of the river. This is looking to the southwest. Looks like a solid ice cover, but like I said, you wouldn't want to go walking around down in there on the ice. And that's the road that comes up here into the golf course. And there's 3 Mile Island again, surrounded by ice. So apparently they've had some people up here just shooting pictures of the ice on the river lately. I was talking to one of the staff members from the golf course there a little while ago. A lot of people come up here to shoot pictures or a video of planes. They have an air show. It's called the AirDot Central Pennsylvania Air Show here in May, which I have tickets to. I'm pretty excited about that, but apparently this is a good spot to watch the aircraft from. I think they actually charge to park up here during the air show. And I think people come up here to shoot photos or video of them when they're practicing too. And the Blue Angels are part of the show this year and last year. So apparently it's a really good place to view the Blue Angels doing their thing during the air show and practicing before the air show. All right, let's check out flight radar here. Still got one flying around over there at Capital City Airport. I don't see anything coming our way. We should have United Express heading out to Chicago within the next 10 minutes. And I'm sorry, American Eagle heading to Chicago, and then United Express going to Dallas shortly thereafter. I don't have any arrivals until about 11. Right now it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It would be, what, 15:30 UTC for our European viewers, if any of them are out there today. TS to you, welcome back. Good to see you. It is looking good. The scenery is looking good. We just need some planes. March 8th, daylight saving time. I can't wait. I can't wait for it to start getting warmer and staying warmer. Some of this snow has been here for close to a month. If you hear something, it's a golf court staff driving by behind me. And let's see if we got any movement down on there on the airport. Don't see anything yet. So we should have American and United pushing back here soon. So it must be an American plane down there. I just can't see it. Not sure where it is. There's a Legion right there behind the C-130. Delta and United. American should be the first one leaving. They have to be down there at the right side of the terminal somewhere, but I can't see it. Maybe UPS is blocking them. We'll keep an eye on those planes there. We should have United pushing back soon too. And you got the C-130s there in front. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. Again, this is Pensy Planes. My name is Scott. Thanks to everyone who has liked and subscribed. And if you haven't done that already, I appreciate if you could click the like button and the subscribe button. We got 20 likes, 8 people watching right now. Hopefully we'll have something for you here soon. So next arrival is a 737-800 Delta from Atlanta. They are currently over West Virginia. It's not that far out. All right, looks like we have American Eagles lit up to go to Chicago. lit up on flight radar. See if we can find them. Oh, we got United pushing back to go to Chicago or to go to Dulles. American should be over there somewhere. I don't see them yet. So we'll watch United push back. I'm going to turn my tripod here a little bit. There's United. Again, thanks to CC for being our moderator today. She does a great job. Also, anyone out there, if you haven't checked out Logan in Flight, it's another streamer on YouTube. His name is Mike. He does streams from Boston Logan International Airport. So if you get a chance, check out his channel. I don't know when he's live again, but I'm sure if you subscribe, you'll know when he goes live. And CC, feel free to post a link to Mike's channel if you want to. CC is also a moderator for Mike. I don't see anything coming our way soon. Like I said, we have that Delta 737 heading this way around 11 o'clock, currently over West Virginia. So United Express pushed back. They're going to be heading out to Dulles. We're just waiting them to head out to the runway, waiting for them to head out to the runway. And we have an American Eagle flight that should be heading out to Philadelphia, I think. I don't see them lit up on radar yet, and I haven't seen them moving around. Not exactly sure where they are. I assume they have to be over at the right side of the terminal there. Somewhere. We should have Allegiant heading back out soon too. The A319 to Orlando Sanford. Not sure what they're waiting for. They already pushed back from the gate. There's nothing coming in. There's nothing else going out. Hopefully we'll get some more general aviation traffic in here. And maybe some military traffic, you never know. I was hoping to go down to Philadelphia this week, but Like I said, they got close, or I think they got over a foot of snow. All right, looks like they're both lit up now. Are they moving? All right, United's moving. And it looks like the American Eagle's lit up now. So there's United. Now let's see American, but looked like they were moving on flight radar. Airport ops out there. So we'll just watch United. That's a United Express flight going to Washington Dulles. I was actually at Dulles a couple weeks ago. I went to the Air and Space Museum next door. I can't think of the name of it offhand, but they have an observation tower. But the observation tower was closed that day because the elevator wasn't working. So I need to go back there. And Dulles is on my list for someplace I want to stream from someday too. So you never know. We made it to DCA last week, and I definitely want to go back there. That was a great time, and I appreciate everyone who showed up for that stream. We had a lot of viewers, a lot of new subscribers, and plenty of action. I've since posted a few video clips from that day, some of the highlights. If you haven't checked them out, I encourage you to do so. I had a 757 takeoff, and just a couple times when it was really busy. And I also posted the 20 minutes that we missed because my internet connection went out. I think my phone locked up. And what was the other one? Oh, we had in the middle, they were all landing on runway 1 from the south, and in the middle of all that, they sent in an American 737, I think it was. Took off going the other way on 19. So that was interesting. Just take a look here for American. I don't see them yet. There's another United pushback. I must be going to Chicago. That's interesting. Oh, that's American. Okay, so that is American. Sorry, that's American going out to the runway. No, it's not. It says American on flight radar. It's actually SkyWest 4781 going to Chicago O'Hare. So it's United Express. There is an American Eagle flight to Chicago, but this apparently is not it. It's funny that it says American Eagle if you look at it on flight radar, but it's definitely a United tail. And there they go. Off to the west. We also posted a video from State College Regional Airport last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I guess. If you haven't checked that out, that was interesting. Some nice scenery up there. It's funny that that plane echoes out over the river when it takes off. I hear engine sound off to my left here. So that one's headed to Chicago O'Hare. We've got the other one that pushed back. It'll be going to Washington Dulles. We'll keep an eye on that one. Alright, I lost it. And there's the other one headed out to Dulles. Excuse me. We're also waiting for a Delta 737-800 coming in from Atlanta. Should be here within the next 15 or 20 minutes. Says United. I think that's a CRJ 550. No, that's an E145. That's heading to Dulles, which is only like a 20-minute flight from here. I don't see anything else coming in right now. Somebody else up here taking pictures. I don't know if they're photographing planes or just the river and the ice. So that's the United Express E145 heading out to Washington Dulles. That'll be Commute Air 4974 if we were able to listen to air traffic control. Supposedly United has added some flights here and Allegiant has added more flights here. I don't know if they've all started up yet. And as I said before, I got started a little late and had a little technical issue, so I thought I was streaming, but I wasn't. So I got a video of a FedEx A300 landing right when I got here, but it didn't go out on the live stream. So I'll post that later. It's a pretty good view from up here. We watch United. Looks like a turn and burn off to Chicago, or I'm sorry, off to Washington Dulles. They should be making a big left turn here shortly. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. It's pretty far away now. Yeah, I can't see it. Back to the airport. Alright. Now what is that? That's not coming here. Watching some planes flying near us. There's an E-175 out east of the airport, but it's going to Indianapolis. Alright, so there's our Delta 737-800 over around Shippensburg, about 13 minutes out. That sounds high. I don't think it's going to take 13 minutes, but we'll see. Out to our southwest. That'll be the biggest thing probably we see today if you didn't see FedEx. Unless we get some military action, which is possible. Haven't noticed anything unusual flying around here yet. So we're waiting for the Delta 737-800 from Atlanta, Delta 1248. Some days they fly a 717 for that. Today it's apparently a 737. We'll take it. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. This is Pensy Planes. My name is Scott. We're here at Harrisburg International Airport, Middletown, Pennsylvania, watching departures and arrivals on runway 31. Have a much better view of the arrivals. Should have a Legion going out here pretty soon, too. 1109. Back to Orlando Sanford. Got a little bit of a breeze now. It's a little chilly. So, might be here for like another hour or so. It's not going to be a long one today. Got a couple flights coming in around noon. We don't want to miss those. Another 737. So we'll probably wrap it up right after noon. Looks like that 737 that's coming in is going to be going back out right around noon. They don't stick around here long usually. Got the American Eagle from Charlotte. It's over Virginia right now. And we've got an American Eagle from Chicago. Or in the Cleveland area right now. So of course, that's not going to take long for them to get here. So I appreciate everyone who's joined us today. Let me check in on the chat here quick. Betsy Jackson, good morning. Good to see you. Airplane. I'd like to thank Betsy. She's a new moderator for the channel. Just to the channel. She's very experienced. She also moderates for Logan and Flight with CC. When do the workers put the leaves back on the trees? Weather Watcher 64, good morning. Good to see you. I saw your comment the other day. I appreciate that. Larry Brown, 1523. Thanks for joining us. You see activity around the C-130s. I'll have to check that out. It's chilly. It's not too bad. It's warmer than it has been. I mean, Betsy, you wouldn't like it. I know you're not used to cold weather, or cold weather by our standards anyway. Alan Lee from England, good morning. Warm winds, I agree. This is a great view. All we need is more planes. All right, so somebody said we saw activity around the C-130s. I'll check that out. Zoomed in as far as I can go. I haven't noticed anything, but right behind that C-130, there's a vehicle driving around down there. Behind that C-130 on the right is a Legion. They should be heading out soon. Seems very quiet. Usually I'm down there at the parking garage and there's always a plane or two sitting down there running, drowning me out. I don't even see any planes down there today. Right in that area. So there's the garage right behind. Oh, you see where a Legion is back behind that. It's a 4-story garage. So they have as I said earlier, if you missed it, they have the 4th floor closed over the winter because I guess they don't have a good way to remove the snow. They don't want the extra weight with vehicles parked up there, so you can't park on the 4th floor. So what I did last time is I parked on the 3rd floor and took all my stuff up in my wagon to the 4th floor. That was the day we had the Antonov here. And then, so I was planning to do that today. And I got there, and the sign at the entrance of the garage said the garage is full. And it looked full. So I couldn't even go in and park on the 3rd floor today. So I came up here to the golf course. Is that something moving out there? What is that? Is that airport ops? Airport ops coming down the taxiway. Let me see how far the 737 is out now. Hi, Betsy. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us as a moderator. I appreciate all your help and Cece's help. My other moderator, Janet, doesn't seem to be on here this morning. She must be busy at work. Alright. Alright, so the 737 is southeast of the airport, getting ready to make its turn. Gonna make a big left turn and come in here from the east behind us. And make sure we're ready for that. Guess that is probably the biggest thing we'll see today, unless we get a surprise military arrival. All right, they're just making their left turn down near Elizabethtown. It'll be Delta 1248 from Atlanta. Check out the river again quick for everybody who's just joined us. See what it's like here. We're think we're around 40 degrees now with a little bit of a wind chill. Wind chill is supposed to be around 30, low 30s. I can just feel a slight breeze. It's not much at all. There's the river with the ice, which is starting to melt and move. So that ice will break up and just start flowing down the river, which sometimes, if it happens too fast, can create problems like flooding downriver. You can see this right there is the edge of the ice. But you can see there's a good deal of ice still out there. It's probably going to kind of start melting here in the next week or so. There's 3 Mile Island. Anybody that's been around as long as I have knows what 3 Mile Island is about. I happened to live here in 1979 when all that happened. I was right at the 20-mile limit. My family was packed up, ready to go on a moment's notice, which fortunately we never had to do. All right, the 737 should be coming over behind us any second. They'll be coming from back there. I think I hear it. Come up over the hill there. I hear it. You should hear it soon. That's the Delta 737-800 coming in from Atlanta. And they're landing on runway 31. Oh, I think I see the Eagle again. It's pretty far away. That's a Vulture. Never mind. So you can see we have a pretty cool view of the arrivals here. They land right over top of us pretty much. I'd love to be up here sometime when a 747 lands, or the Antonov, or a C5 or something. Yeah.
Should have been here yesterday.
Oh.
There's a whole lot more ice yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to mess you up.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
Thanks. You too. One of the golf course staff stopped here and said I should have been up here yesterday. I guess the ice was breaking and moving. So there's the Delta 737 taxiing back to the terminal. Delta's all the way at the left end of the terminal. I think there's already one parked there. Maybe not. I guess that one left. There is one there. They may have 2 spaces over there. I don't know if I've seen a Delta 737 in here before. So this flight is usually a 717 from my experience. I know they fly the 737 some days, but I don't think I've been here for those days. American flies an A321 in here from Charlotte sometimes. Then we get a Legion and Frontier. Although apparently Frontier is leaving Harrisburg. And at the same time, Allegiant supposedly has added more flights. Then we get FedEx and UPS coming in and out of here. Usually the 767 or the A300. We had a FedEx A300 land right when I got here today, which I got on video, but it didn't make it into the stream, so I'll post it later. It's a really cool view from up here. And like I said, sometimes we get surprises. The last time I was here, we had the Antonov 124 land, and we had two KC-135 Stratotankers, two Poseidon P-8s, both doing touch and goes. Like for a while, they were here for hours, and then we saw the three C-130s take off from the Pennsylvania Air National Guard. The Antonov actually came in here like a week later, but it landed at night. I took a video of it from up here actually, but it didn't come out very well being in the dark. I hear something else coming behind me. Got this one landing. I didn't know was coming. Busy watching Delta. Sorry about the other movement. I have to look through the viewfinder for this. It's small and it's far away. Oh, they're not landing. There it goes off to the northwest. Maybe coming back around again, who knows? Have to look and see what that was. Alright, what's Delta doing? Oh, there's a Legion coming out to take off. Alright, so Delta parked over there. I'm gonna fix my tripod again. Alright, there's a Legion. That's the A319. Came in a little while ago, headed back to Orlando Sanford. Taking off to the west. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. There's not really any background noise up here, so just when the planes are flying over the arrivals. Very little wind. Should be able to watch this one for a while. It's a bigger target. We got one coming in behind me. All right. Sorry, I got a little tripod issue. That one's doing a, well, not a touch and go, but a missed approach. And you can see Allegiant back there behind it. That's pretty cool. There's Allegiant. All right. I got an issue with my tripod here I gotta look at. Sorry about that. So one of the legs of my tripod keeps wanting to close up. I don't know what the problem is. Never had that happen before. So that was a Cirrus SR20 that came in a little while ago. Looks like it's coming back around for another try. And that one that just landed, or no, not just landed. Okay, so that was a Navy, U.S. Navy Gulfstream C-37B. It came in from Andrews Air Force Base. The one that just did the missed approach. And it looks like they're coming back around again. They must be doing some pilot training. And meanwhile, the other one that did the, well, I guess that was a missed approach too. They never did touch down. That one's coming back behind us again. Should be coming up here any second. Looks like they're both coming back around. So that one, it doesn't look like it's coming back in again right now. It's like it's heading southwest of the airport. I hear it. It's over there somewhere. We'll see if that Navy plane comes back around. That other one, that Cirrus, is somewhere south of the airport. I don't see it. Looks like maybe the Navy plane's coming back around for another touch and go or something. Got more vultures flying around. So if we don't have planes, we do bird spotting. Saw a bald eagle earlier, we're pretty sure. And a few of these vultures. And if it was a nice summer day, we could do some boat spotting too, but the boats aren't out there with the ice. There's airport ops on the taxiway again. Something driving around there by the C-130s. Alright. Alright, so that Navy plane's coming back around for another pass. Well, there are a lot of helicopters out there north of us. Army helicopters from Indiantown Gap. See three of them up there, and one, not an Army helicopter, but another helicopter passing out here west of the airport. Alright, so this is a U.S. Navy Gulfstream C-37B from Camp Springs or Andrews Air Force Base. Coming back in for another try here. Should be right over there. I don't know if they're doing another missed approach or touch and go, or if they're actually going to land this time. Again, this is Pensy Plains. My name is Scott. Thank you for joining us here at Harrisburg International Airport. Actually shooting from Sunset Golf Course, which is just southeast of the airport up on a hill. Got a great view of arrivals here. We should have one coming in here in a second. I don't hear it yet. Should be right there. All right, now I hear it. They just suddenly come upon us over the hill there. All right, that's the U.S. Navy Gulfstream. And there's another missed approach. What's up?
Hey, once in a while, well, a lot of while, there'd be eagles here.
We saw one earlier. It
Yeah,
flew
and
down
there'd
in
be
there.
little pockets of white.
Yeah, it was really.
You know,
Yeah,
when you see them, but I was thinking, wouldn't that be awesome if one or two was flying around what you see?
yeah, yeah. I got one earlier. It was down here and it flew down there behind those trees. I've been watching the vultures too. That was Tony from the golf course I met earlier, telling me about the eagles. Let's see if I can find that plane. Of course, if you were with us earlier, we saw, we're pretty sure it was a bald eagle fly by down along the river. And we've been watching these vultures when there aren't any planes. All right, let's check out flight radar. So that Navy Gulfstream is headed off to the north. We have the American Eagle Embraer E175 coming in from Chicago in about 3 minutes. There's also a Beach King Air out there. I'm not sure what they're doing. If they're flying into the capital city or they might be coming here. I don't know. And we have the American Airlines 737-800 out around Carlisle, 8 minutes out. So all of a sudden we're going to have some arrival activity here. American Eagles just west of Harrisburg. See if we have any departures going out. Of course, Allegiant just left. So we have the next departure scheduled at 12:08. It's the Delta 737 going back to Atlanta. So we're probably gonna catch. So we got there's two arrivals and the 737 going out, and then we're probably gonna wrap it up. In the meantime, we'll just watch the vultures. They must know we're watching them. It's another type of aircraft. They're flying in formation. It's nice of them to do that for us. Obviously, there's a little bit of wind there. They're just floating on the wind currents. Check out the airport. Don't want to miss anything. That Delta 737 there on the left, it just came in, should be going back out soon. Oh, look at this guy. Can't go over that way too far. Check out the frozen river again. That's the Susquehanna River, covered with ice. And behind those trees is the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant, which is currently not in operation. I'm gonna try something here. See if this helps my tripod situation. I think it's too cold again. See if we can warm it up a little. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. It's Fancy Planes. My name is Scott. Again, we're here at Harrisburg International Airport, Middletown, Pennsylvania. I don't know if that's a 717 or if that's a CRJ. I don't think we had a 717 in here today. TSTU. So we'd appreciate if you'd click the like button and the subscribe button. We appreciate all of our subscribers. You know, we got a bunch of new ones last week during the DCA show, so that was exciting. 28 likes, thank you for that. I hope you're enjoying this. I know it's a little slow. We don't have the traffic here that we have in Washington or Philadelphia, but this was pretty much my only choice for today. And like I said, we do get some interesting stuff in here sometimes. It's just the luck of the draw. All right, it looks like the E175. Yeah, it looks like we got a little flurry of arrivals coming in here. All right, so the E175 is 2 minutes out, probably less than that. We got the Navy plane back there again, and then we have the American 737 coming in. All right. Should be seeing the E175 here any second. And then that Navy Gulfstream is right behind it. And then we have the 737 coming in south of the airport. That should be the E175. doesn't look like it's landing though. All right, so for whatever reason, it looks like the E-175 is going around. I think that's E-175. Not sure what's going on there. That's the American Eagle E-175 from Chicago going around for some unknown reason. I don't think it's the wind. There's nobody on the runway. And my tripod keeps going wonky. I apologize for that. We got that U.S. Navy Gulfstream. It should be coming in right behind that one. All right, so the Gulfstream should be seconds away. And then we have the 737, American Airlines. There's the Gulfstream again for the third time. See if it actually touches down this time. Doesn't look like it's going to touch down. All right, and that American Airlines 737-800 from Charlotte should be right behind it. This should be American 3303 coming in from Charlotte. Again, it's a Boeing 737-800. 77. Second 737-800 we had in here today. The other one's down there on the airport. Oh, that Gulfstream's making a lot of noise. Should be here any second. All right, I hear it. Actually, I think I hear the golf cart. Now I hear it. There it is. And watch the 737 touchdown on runway 31. Nice puff of smoke there. We also have that E175 should be coming back around. Check the radar and see where they're at. All right, so that's right behind it. Hopefully this one will be off the runway in time. They don't have to go around again. Unfortunately, we don't have the air traffic control to listen to today because the feed on the Harrisburg feeds on the live ATC website are down, which happens sometimes. It's not the first time I've encountered that. Still on the runway. All right, they're turning off. We should have that E175 coming in right behind it. They didn't have much room between them. So this is American Eagle E175 coming in from Chicago O'Hare. Sorry about all the movement here. Pretty much have to make a 180-degree turn here to get all this. So you can see the 737 over there on the right as the E175 touches down. So I guess they had more room than I thought they did. And I imagine that Gulfstream is going to be coming back around. We're probably going to wrap things up soon. Let me see what's coming in, what's going out. I think that's our last arrival for a while, unless the Gulfstream comes back. All right, so the Gulfstream's coming back around. We'll at least get that again. And what's that? That's not coming here. And we don't have any more arrivals coming in. That Delta 737 is scheduled to go out at 12:08. But this spot is pretty much all about the arrivals. I don't see any more coming in. We'll wait for this Gulf Stream. Watch these two taxi into the terminal. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I appreciate it if you could click the like and subscribe buttons. Click the notification bell if you want to know when we go live again. Yes, Greg, ATC has been down all morning. The live ATC feed has been down all morning. Thanks for joining us, Greg. I think we're going to wrap it up here soon. But again, we were supposed to be at the parking garage, but that didn't work out. The garage was full. Plus, that fourth floor is still closed. But I was just going to park on the third floor and do all my stuff up there. So we've got this U.S. Navy Gulf Stream coming around for the third or fourth time. I lost count. I think that's going to be our last plane. There's not much else going on now. We'll watch American taxi into the terminal. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks to everyone who participated in the chat. I know the traffic's a little late this morning, but we had a couple interesting arrivals here right over our heads. There's the E-175. There's the 737. There's the E-175. Taxiing over to the American terminal. Unfortunately, we haven't had any military traffic in here today, which is disappointing. Like I said, it's pretty much 50-50 whether we get any or not on a given day. But when we do, it's pretty exciting. So I don't think we'll be going live again this week. I'm hoping for next week. It's supposed to be warmer, but as of now, it looks like rain or snow in the forecast for a few of the days, so we'll see what happens. But I was supposed to be going to Philadelphia this week, but they got over a foot of snow down there. So the two places that I stream from are both covered with snow. They don't get cleared. There's the E-175 headed into the American terminal. Guess that 737 is just to the right of that. It must be blocked by the UPS plane. I don't see anything else going on, so we'll catch this Gulf Stream coming around and then we're going to call it quits. Yeah, I still don't know why the E-175 went around. That was weird. There's nothing else on the runway, and there's no wind. Very little wind. There's the Gulf Stream. See if it lands this time. Again, this is a U.S. Navy Gulf Stream from Andrews Air Force Base. Joint Base Andrews, I guess it's called now. And it does not look like it's going to land. Looks pretty high. I don't think it's landing. And looks like it's climbing again. Just doing some pilot training, I assume. And it's going to climb off to the west again. All right. I don't see any signs of movement on the airport, so I think that's going to do it for today. We'll let you check out the scenery one more time. Again, this is Fancy Plains. My name is Scott. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate everyone who said hello in the chat. Um, Everyone who liked and subscribed. I appreciate all the new subscribers. And we look forward to doing something good next week. I think this week is not, I think we're done for this week. I have plans the next 2 days, and the weather's not going to be great. So thanks again for joining us. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks, Greg. I will post the video of the FedEx A300 landing, which was right when I got here before we were able to go live. So watch for that probably later today. And other than that, thanks again for everyone for joining us and for all your support, and have a great day. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.